let's talk about how we can do or create vibrato on our flutes. So this is a intermediate advanced skill. So this is not really for beginners. These are for students or for flute players who've been playing a little bit, and they can get a solid sound without spending just a whole bunch of air on one note. So you're getting mostly tone. So instead of this sound, where it's mostly air, you're getting this sound. Okay, so minimal amount of air coming out, but 100% tone or 100% sound. So if you're getting that, and if you want to take your flute playing to the next level, we can add what's called vibrato, which is the little wave-like sounds you hear when people are playing flute, or other instruments too can do vibrato. So this is on my B flat. Okay, and there's different types of vibrato and this and that, but we'll keep it pretty simple today. How do we do vibrato? So I'm just kind of showing you. It's a straight line. Okay, so the straight line, the top one, okay, is just that first solid B flat that you heard me play. And then the second one is kind of a slower vibrato, okay, where I'm kind of bending the sound slowly. And then the third one is, you see lots of rapid waves. Okay, that's like a fast vibrato, and that's actually kind of what I demonstrated about 10 seconds ago. So before we even pick up the flute, so let's figure out where vibrato comes from. So let me put this down. Okay, vibrato comes from down here. Okay, so it's like you're saying ho 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 ho, like Santa Claus. Like Santa Claus. Okay, so why don't you try that with me? Go ho 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 ho, and see if your stomach, okay, if it's kind of a push in your stomach, you're going ho 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 ho, and then it will come out from the top. So you don't want to go. That's not what we're doing. Okay, all I'm doing is using the same amount of air and kind of manipulating it or controlling it to create this wave-like sound on my flute or in my airstream. Okay, so if my airstream is doing this, okay, with my stomach, okay, and I'm kind of clenching, okay, my abs are working, okay, I'm gonna tighten my muscles down there, okay, and use my diaphragm, and I'm gonna blow the same amount of air, but I'm gonna push and control the wave. Go. Okay, you can't really tell when you're doing it with just your air. Okay, you can mostly hear it when you're applying it to your flute. So let's try it on an easy note, and I think an easy note is like a B flat. Okay, I wouldn't try it on on high F or a high G. So let's pick something very simple. Yeah, middle low B flat, okay, or middle B flat, the one on the third line. Okay, and let's just see if we can get a nice solid B flat sound out. Okay, so play with me. Ready and go. Okay, so you should be able to hold it to about right there. So let's do the same thing, and let's see if we can push like a little ripple, okay, into our airstream, so it'll kind of bend the sound wave, okay, when we play B flat. Okay, so let's try it. Ready and go. Okay, so I'm kind of over exaggerating it. I probably wouldn't ever play a piece of music with that kind of vibrato, but you want to hear that you're manipulating or creating these different waves while you're playing the note, so you know that you're doing something. You're not just like, oh, it sounds the same. Okay, so you don't want it to sound the same. You want it to really hear that it's changing. Okay, you feel like something's happening. Okay, and from there, you can start working on faster vibrato. Okay, where we're really sending in the ripples. Okay, so on the B flat, ready, and okay. So when we work ourselves up to those ripples, okay, you'll get a nicer, more solid vibrato sound. But this is a work in progress. It's not something that you get overnight. You work on your vibrato, and so perfect exercise to work on vibrato is long tones. Is normally you don't put vibrato on short eighth note passages because nobody's gonna hear it, and I think that's more trouble than it's worth. So let's actually work on a scale. Let's do a scale. Let's do the B flat scale, and let's see if we can create vibrato on each of our whole notes. Okay, so we're gonna start on B flat. 1, 2, ready, and that's the B flat scale. It's a good little exercise. Just, you're playing different notes and seeing, you can kind of try out your different little wavelengths for each note, because it'll feel different for each note. Okay, it's easier to put vibrato on something that's a lower sounding note because you're not punching out as much air. Okay, to get the high sound and create vibrato at the same time. But again, it's a work in progress. So biggest thing is don't force the vibrato by changing what you do with your mouth. So it's not right. We're not stopping the air at any time. So we're never stopping the sound. We're not stopping the air. Okay, so it's like you're playing a big long whole note. Okay, without a break in the air. We're just using that same air, and we're just manipulating it, or another word is we're just creating waves in that same airstream. Okay, so again, the B flat is okay, so as long as there's no break in the air, that's a great way to start. I know it doesn't sound great when you're doing the slow vibrato because it just sounds like uneven. It sounds like ho 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 ho. Okay, so I can hear that it's changing. Okay, and as you get better, okay, you will be able to control that a little bit better, so it's more even. Okay, one of the hard things about putting vibrato on a note for people who are just learning is it starts to mess with your counting and your times when you're playing in band setting or orchestra setting. You're so focused on the vibrato, okay, and you're holding a whole note, and you don't know if you've counted to 4 or not, because you're going oh, and you've lost count. So be careful of that. So it does help if your vibrato has a nice steady wave to it and not like, okay, so then your counting can kind of get affected by that. So at the beginning, so if you're doing it in band or orchestra, okay, you can try it out on those scales, okay, the big long whole notes. If you're warming up with whole notes, okay, it's a perfect way to practice your vibratos. Okay, so we'll just do it one last time. So again, on the B flat, ready and go.